Hi and welcome. This was supposed to be episode 63 of Understanding the Law. Unfortunately, we're having some technical problems. Today's show was going to feature New York Times best-selling author Stephen Mansfield. We're in the process of trying to reschedule the show so that we can get Stephen back on because we were looking forward to a really great interview. Unfortunately, technology is supposed to make our lives easier, and there are many, many times when it doesn't. So while we're trying to have the problem resolved, today's live podcast of Understanding the Law Radio is going to have to be rescheduled. So what we're going to do right now is I'm just going to spend a few minutes and I'm going to talk about some upcoming things to look forward to, tell you about our new programming schedule. And if any of you out there who are regular listeners to the show happen to be on YouTube, because this is the first time that we're doing something live on YouTube like this, feel free to ask some questions and I'll get some answers out to you. But let me just explain what's coming up. So the new format, the new schedule for the show, which I'm very excited about, we've been doing it kind of on and off, but now we've got a very, very solid schedule with respect to Mondays. It's going to be a new Monday show, and that's going to be every Monday at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. And this week we're really excited because we're going to bring on our new co-host, Bob Hughes. And Bob's going to add, I think, a nice flavor and dimension to the show. And the structure of Monday's show is going to primarily be legal news, especially week in review stuff that might have happened, or really important legal topics that are in the news right now. And then we're going to go into a particular legal topic for that day. So this coming week, Monday, 10 o'clock Eastern, Bob Hughes will be on. And he's going to go through the news, and then we're going to talk about corporate structure, LLCs, incorporated entities, what's an S-corp, and we're going to answer some questions, and we're going to go through that area of law. That's our law basics segment, and hopefully you guys find that helpful, especially those of you who are entrepreneurial and are looking to start a business, or you have a business and you're looking to protect yourself or make more money, and you want to change the business structure. So we're going to do that on Monday. Then Thursday is our regular show, which we've been doing now. I mean, this is episode 63, or was going to be episode 63, which we're doing every week, and it generally will involve a guest. I know we have Rob McNamara next Thursday from Trigger Smart. He's been a guest on the show before. He is the creator of the patented RFID smart gun, and we're going to talk to him about some gun legislation, how he's doing with his product. He's really been, I think, at the forefront of this new technology for gun safety. So next Thursday, 10 a.m., we're going to talk about him. As we speak, we are trying to reschedule Stephen Mansfield so that we can talk to him. Like I said, it was going to be a very interesting show. His latest book, which is Mansfield's Book of Manly Men. It's actually an excellent book. It was something we were going to talk about today, and I wanted to also talk to him about Hobby Lobby and what's going on with Hobby Lobby and the ruling that says Hobby Lobby doesn't have to provide contraception to its employees. And I think it's a fascinating ruling, and I think that people are getting a little out of control with it, because I'm going to go back, and on Monday we're going to have a copy of the actual court ruling so that I can go through it with you. But I think people are losing focus, and they're getting caught up with the idea of religious rights versus what the ruling said. And the ruling applies to closely held companies, and we'll talk about all of that, including the IRS definition of a closely held company on Monday. But there's more to it than just, oh, Hobby Lobby, it's against their religious beliefs and it's not fair. And there's more to it than that. It has to do with the cost associated with covering that area of healthcare and the damaging effect that it could have on Hobby Lobby. So it's interesting. Like I said, I was looking forward to talking to Stephen about that today. For those of you who don't know him beyond the capacity of author, Stephen is a motivational speaker. He's a coach. He's a preacher, and he's a very fascinating guy. So it's unfortunate, but like I said, we can't do much about technology flaws that are outside of our control, and this is clearly a third-party issue that we don't have anything that we can do. So we're going to reschedule him. Other things I want to talk about is obviously our app. And by the way, before I get into that, if you guys are a fan of live shows, if you think that a live show like this on YouTube would be interesting, would be something that you might find helpful, because it gives you the other option. Because we do the live radio show. On the live radio show, you can obviously call into the show. You can text and email and whatnot. We can answer your questions live. But there's no face-to-face. We do a video broadcast later, but it's a recorded video broadcast of the show, and we put that up on our YouTube channel. But if you find that a live show like this would be helpful, because we can ask questions and I can interact with you, let me know, because what we could do is we could include with the Monday and Thursday Understanding the Law broadcast, we can include a live YouTube program like we're doing right now, and it'll just open it up to accessing more people and allowing them to ask questions and to have their legal issues resolved. Let me just explain before I get into the app. I know I'm getting way off track, but Understanding the Law Radio, for those of you who don't know, for those of you who have not seen or heard or downloaded the show, what it is this. I'm an attorney, and we have offices throughout the country. We're a mid-size law firm. But why do I do this? Why am I on the air right now? Why am I talking to you? Why do I have a radio show? Well, I worked at the large firms. I started my career on Wall Street with a multi-million-dollar international law firm, and I learned so much about how not to treat people and why people hate lawyers. And so what I'm doing with the radio show, what we're doing with our community outreach, is to try to give people the option of learning and understanding the law without having to pay a tremendous amount of money for it. Now, that's not to say that we don't have clients who pay us, who hire us, and of course, that's how we make our living. We are in the services industry. But as part of what we do, I think it's really, really important that we give back to the community and that we help people try to understand the law. Because if you understand the law and you understand your rights and obligations, I think that you're a better person for it, because you don't have that fear. I mean, everybody, I think, once in their life has either seen the police sirens and the red lights and they get panicky, or they get a summons and complaint in the mail, something bad happens and they're scared, and what do? And instead of floundering or being afraid to call a lawyer, or being afraid to deal with the issue, or looking up something on the internet and getting information from a non-lawyer, and you make the wrong decision, I am trying, through Understanding the Law Radio and through some of our other outreach programs, our YouTube channel, I'm trying to give away this information so that you get a better understanding of how you handle legal situations and what you can do on your own, what you shouldn't do on your own, and I hope that you guys find it helpful and beneficial. Just this week, I received a number of comments to one of our YouTube videos, and I'm very, very appreciative to all the comments that come in. But this was such a wonderful compliment. This individual happened to compare the show to the old Masked Magician show. Remember that magician who was giving away all the secrets, and all the other magicians in the community were upset with this guy? I think he might have even had death threats. I have had no death threats, okay, so let's just get that clear. But in all seriousness, I do appreciate the comments, the compliments, and I do it for you guys because lawyers like to create magic and mystical nonsense around what they do, but it's a job like everybody else has. We're skilled in an area because we went to school and we learned how to do it. Some of us are more skilled than others. But as clients of lawyers, you really need to, I think, have an understanding of what your rights are, what's going on, so that you can better understand how a lawyer is trying to help you, or whether or not they're going to help you. So that's why we do it. We get nothing from this. This is for you, and that's why I like to hear from you. So if you think that this live broadcast is helpful and it's engaging, please let me know. Also, in the same vein of reaching out to you guys to give you some information, I want to tell you about our free app. Now, right now it's exclusive to the iTunes store, so that means if you have an iPhone or an iPad, you can download the app. The app is it's not an advertisement, okay? It really is a tool. And what's great about the app is that, yeah, of course, it's got contact information for us, but what it has, which is unique to any of the other apps that I've seen out there, it allows you to ask questions to an attorney in my office directly through your iPhone or iPad. So if you have a legal question, right, like what's the statute of limitations for breach of contract in California, and you don't know where to get that information, pull out your phone, pull out your iPad, pull up the question screen, ask the question. It gets sent right to our office. You're not going to get an answer from the secretary or legal assistant. You're going to get an answer from an attorney. A licensed attorney will give you the answer to your question, free. There's no in-app purchases. There's no amount of money that you have to pay to get the app. It is free. Again, it's part of our program to reach out to the community and to help them, to help you. Now, I think it's our duty, and that obviously was one of the things, the social duty, the social and corporate responsibility of businesses to the community. That was something we were going to talk about with Stephen Mansfield today. I do think that far too many businesses are only in it for what they can reap, but they don't sow anything. And I'm hopeful that we're helping people, that we're reaching out and touching people in ways that makes their lives better. Or and I understand it's the law, and quite honestly, unless you are a historian or I don't know, just somebody that really loves history of laws, for the average person, the law is boring, the law is scary, it's confusing, it's archaic, and I understand that. And I try to bring more of a modern-day view to the law, and I really think that that's our responsibility in this day and age. Wheretofore and notwithstanding and on all these archaic terms that we use. What good does it do you when you don't understand what the hell we're talking about? So I think that the feedback we're receiving at least suggests that this is a great thing, and I appreciate it. I really appreciate our viewers, our listeners, the people that download the podcast, download our videos, and the comments that are left. It really helps me be able to produce quality content for you. If you have ideas or issues or questions, reach out, call us. All of our contact information is always posted in the link below our YouTube videos or on our website. I'm going to give you just real quick the web address for the radio show. It's Understanding the Law Radio. So it's utlradio.com, and you can look on that site. You can see our upcoming guests. You can see information about the show. Obviously, there's call-in information so that if you want to be live on the show, you can call in, you can talk to our guests. We've really had some great guests in the last few months. We've had Steve Darnell from Welder Up. He's also the star of the Discovery Channel show, Vegas Rat Rods. We've had Cord McCoy, who many people know from The Amazing Race. We've had Cyril Wecht. We've had a ton of people. Lori Cheek, we've talked about vaccination law, we've talked about religious freedom, we've talked about immigration, and the feedback's been great, and we do it for you guys. So please keep the comments coming. It's really important you remember to subscribe to our channel, to interact with us, because it allows us to produce better content for you. So unfortunately, again, I apologize for the technical difficulties. They're beyond our control. It's a result of a third-party issue. And so we are going to be rescheduling Stephen Mansfield. So if you're here looking for Stephen Mansfield interview, we're not going to have it today, and I apologize again. But I'd like to remind you, tune in Monday, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. It's going to be Bob Hughes' first day as a co-host on the program, so we're really looking forward to having him on. He's a fun guy. He's very interesting. He's going to bring, like I said, a very different and unique flair to the show. So call into the show if you have questions. The call-in number is going to be listed below this live broadcast. It's also going to be on the website, and you can find it on our Facebook page. You can find us on Twitter. We're all over the place. So if you just either type in Understanding the Law Radio in your search engine, or if you type in my name, Peter Lamont, not Peter Lamont, who's the movie producer that makes James Bond films, but Peter Lamont, the lawyer, you'll find me, and then our contact information is there. And it doesn't matter to me how you contact me. Email, phone, through Facebook, through Twitter, through YouTube, through Blog Talk Radio. However you do it, because it really is beneficial. It allows me to produce better content for you. Well, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. I can only apologize as many times as I have for today's technical difficulties, but please join us Monday. Tune in 10 o'clock Eastern Time. We're going to go over the legal news. We're going to talk about the guy that fell asleep at the Yankees game who's now suing for, it's like $10 million, which is an interesting story. We're going to talk about Hobby Lobby fallout on Monday and other legal news. And then we're going to get into corporate structure and choosing corporate structure. We've heard the terms LLC, S Corp. What does it mean? I'm going to try to give you some guidance as to what format your company might want to take. And we'll entertain questions live on the air, and then of course there'll be the video recording that we'll edit and put up later. And if you like this, please call in, let me know, send me some way of knowing that you like this live YouTube video, and we'll do that in conjunction with the show. So I'd like to thank you for your patience and understanding about the technical difficulties. I want to thank you for your continued support and the comments and the likes and everything that you've been providing us. So again, Monday and then next Thursday, live, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, Understanding the Law Radio. Thank you again, and remember that there's power in understanding the law.